I just want to say, number one, thank you for doing this interview with me. More of a conversation, less of an interview scripted. I don't have any questions in terms of like formally. I just want this to be a conversation, right? And I know we met maybe what, 2021, 22?
2022.
Wow, yeah, 2022. Shout out to Holly who introduced us, brought when we were at the other location.
Yeah.
So as this interview takes place, feel free to share the aspects of you that you want people to know where you're at now, right? And so that leads me to my first question, or more of like a discovery, like where did Thalia begin? What is the background story of Thalia?
The background as like a business owner, as a mom, like
Before the business, before the mom, where did Thalia start?
that. She started. I mean, I guess my like honestly, my first memory when I was younger, it was I was like 5 years old in New York, and I remember standing in the street and just thinking like, where am I? Like, what is Earth? Where am I? Who am I? And yeah, so it's like my first memory. And then my next memory after that was when I was 6 and I came to Florida. And yeah, I mean, I have a twin sister, and we have a really great connection. And yeah, that's.
You just said a lot in a little couple.
Right?
Wait, you have a twin sister?
I have a twin sister. Yeah, I have a twin sister, identical twins. We're polar opposites. I'm very girly. She's very tomboy. But we're almost like virtually the same person.
Wow.
Just in like a different form.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So tell me about cooking. Where did Thalia, the chef, start? What is that background?
That background came from my grandfather. My grandfather just like, he did everything. And in the kitchen, he was a master. Like he had no culinary training. He loved cuisine. He loved the presentation. And that's what I really took from him. And I remember sitting down to eat, and the first thing he told us was like, you eat with your eyes first. So we had grace, we ate with our eyes, and then we ate. And all the flavors and things that he mixed up in the kitchen, just really just like grounded me in food and having a passion for food. And ever since then, I've always loved food. We've been like doing cooking competitions when I was a kid. We did so we would all get in the kitchen. We'd have like, it was almost like the Iron Chef. So we'd like have Iron Chef
at home.
Wow. And my sister and I would go, we'd battle back and forth, and she always thought she had the best dish. I always thought I had the best dish. My mom and dad were the judges, and it was just a really good time. Like we had like our family, like it was like we learned about each other around the kitchen table. We learned the stories of like where my grandparents came from, where my mother came from. Like everything was around the table, and it was around food. Everything surrounded food. Yeah.
And was it a big family, or was it, you said your sister?
Yep. So it's me, my sister, my older brother. I have so many cousins. My mom is one of 7. So, so many cousins. I grew up with all my cousins. Like I virtually feel like it felt like I had like a bunch of siblings that I grew up with. Yeah.
So what were some of those learning lessons that you touched on a couple, but dive into that. What are some of those learning lessons that you learned in the kitchen, around the dinner table? Like share that for the folks, because a lot of people, we eat, right? Some people, we wake up, we can go buy this, we can go buy virtually whatever we want. But I really think that food sets the tone of the community.
Absolutely.
Without food, I mean, we're going to be snaggling over chicken bones or something,
right?
Whatever. But so define, how did food and being around the dinner table and in the kitchen, how did that really shape who you are today?
I would have to really credit my grandmother and my grandfather, but my grandmother also, because every Sunday we had Sunday dinner at my grandmother's house, and it was everyone was there. My grandparents had a really, really long table. There was for the adults, and then we had like the kids' table. It was also a big table. And my grandmother taught us lessons for like the girls, like how to carry yourself as a woman or a young lady at the time, and how to grow into a woman. And we just learned life lessons. We did like Bible studies, and we just really learned like a lot of my value system was built on like during Sunday dinners. I miss them now because we don't have them now. Cause like, it's like, as certain people pass in your family, like certain traditions don't carry on. And that's kind of like one of the hard things, but I was lucky enough to have it for virtually my young adult life.
Yeah. And so when did the vegan Thalia
Yeah.
As you grew, you carried cooking through high school, after high school.
Yes.
When did you decide, like, I think I want to start making vegan food? Or was vegan a thing when you were a child? Like, what was...
No, the funniest thing about vegan food is that when I was around, I want to say like maybe 32. Yeah, I was around 32 years old. I had to think back a little bit. It's been a little bit. But when I was around 32 years old, I remember the first time I even heard the word vegan. I didn't even know how to pronounce it. I said vegan because someone like gave me a cookie and it said vegan cookie. I said, "What's vegan?" I have a video of it too. It's really funny. But I had no idea what it was. I didn't learn about vegan food until 2020 during lockdown. And I saw a really cool documentary called The Game Changers, and it changed my whole life. Because at that time, when I was 23, I was diagnosed with lupus. And then when during lockdown, they were trying to put me on medications, like different steroids and things to help me with my flares. And I didn't want to go on medications. And my aunt and a bunch of other people in my family, they also suffered with lupus. And I didn't want to suffer the way they did. And I also, my aunt told me, don't go on any medications. So that was always stuck in the back of my head. Like, don't go on any medications. So when they started bringing those up, it scared me. But I was lucky enough to see this documentary during lockdown, and it changed my whole life because the Game Changers, they really focused in on like sports nutrition. And I'm a volleyball player. I played volleyball in college. So like instantly, like it all made sense to me. And I was just like, it all made sense to me. So I just dove right in. I dove right in with vegan food. And when I say vegan food, it's like all of the foods that I love, but just without all the animal protein and dairy.
Yeah.
So I just take all that out and leave all the good, like leave out like what's left. And it's still everything that I love to eat. So like I still have curry, I still have jerk, but it's just not jerk chicken. It might be jerk tofu. It might be curried like lentils or, garbanzo beans. And, but the flavors are still there. I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk during that transition or during that period of time, was it something to where you went in your fridge and threw everything out? Like, what was that process? Because people think vegan or not vegan. Like,
Right.
What was that journey for you? Where did you dive in, or
Yes.
did you gradually do it?
I will definitely preface this by saying I'm very hardcore when it comes to things, and I do like when anyone goes on a journey of any kind, I would say to do it in small steps. And I'm hardcore, so I went all in, threw everything out. And I'm not joking. Like I went shopping that weekend, and we threw everything out, and either donated or threw it out because I'm like, I can't put this in my body. I can't give it to my kids. I want to like really make a change. And for me, it's like I either go all the way or I don't go at all. And I went all in.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, what are some misconceptions in terms of making vegan food or veganism or plant-based? We have a lot of titles, right? We have a lot of words that we throw around. Where do you draw the line, or do you draw a line with plant-based and vegan? How do you describe that to people who may be curious about that?
That's a good question. I would say, so I'm not like, I don't know everything about veganism. I don't know everything about the plant-based diet, but I do know what works for me.
Yes.
I consider myself vegan because I carry it into other parts of my life. Like my shoes they look like leather, but they're not. They're vegan leather. Yeah. So like different parts of my life. So not only do I eat that way, but it's also in my heart for animals, for the planet, for something outside of me. People who are plant-based, I think they're doing, like you can be vegan and eat one way, but then you can have leather couches, or you can, you know what I mean? Or you can still eat honey. So I feel like all of the titles and all of the labels we can scare people away. Yeah. And I think the biggest thing that I really, that I stand by is that if it's right for you, if it makes sense for you, and it works for with your body, then you should do it. Do I think everyone can be vegan? I do. If they do it the right way. Because like some people will go vegan. It's like, yeah, but you're a junk food vegan. You're this kind of vegan. And it's really about staying true to what you believe in, and just not really being crazy about the labels, because that will scare people off. And I'm not like one of those vegan people that are just like, oh my God, like, did you see, like, she had honey in her thing? It's like I get it, but at the same time, it's like, relax a little bit. Yeah.
You just introduced me to a new term, junk food vegan.
Yeah.
I never heard of that before.
Oh yeah, junk food vegan for sure. And I think we all kind of go through it because like you're like, Oreos are vegan, this is vegan. It's like, it's not necessarily great for you, but it's vegan, so you can eat it. And it's also hard when you first start out because you want to, I think it's good to transition because they have those like the vegan meats, steaks, chicken. Like, there's almost everything vegan now. So it's like, I feel like there's no excuse for people not to be vegan if they really want to be vegan.
Yeah.
But it's good to use those as a transition. But most people that are vegan and that have been vegan for a while, they're looking for like whole foods, like real whole foods, plant-based diet. And I think that's the biggest thing is that you want to eat right and you want to eat to honor your body and to make sure that your body's working right. And
That's a t-shirt, right? Honor your body. I love how you said that.
Yeah.
And talking about honoring our body, you have honored your body and you also extended that out to the community, which led to House of Vegano.
Wow.
So talk to me about what is the House of Vegano concept and what was the journey that got you to here at this point?
So the concept came from literally my love of sushi. I've always loved sushi, and I knew that becoming vegan and giving up fish, that I wouldn't be able to have it. So I just went home and I started just preparing different things for myself and for my family, and just trying to like get back, like recapture the essence of what sushi is, because it's like it can be boring when it's just vegetables or just avocado or cucumber, and you want it to be like when you have like traditional sushi, it's pretty, it's beautiful, it's like there's different flavors, and I wanted to recapture all of that so that I could still have the foods that I love. And I think again that's one of the biggest things. It's like you don't have to. Another misconception for becoming vegan is that you're going to miss out on all these foods. It's like you don't have to miss out on anything, because when you are using vegetables and fruits and grains, like everything opens up. Your entire culinary arsenal opens up, and then you can virtually do anything with plants. Yeah.
So a little bit of creativity and ingenuity can lead a long way, because people, when I started, and I'm not 100% vegan.
Yeah.
I like to say I'm 90% plant-based. That's my phrase that I use. Approaching 95.
Yeah. What's holding you back? I'm curious.
You know, I would say convenience. Because I travel as a freelancer. Sometimes you go out, you're traveling, and if I don't have food prepared, it feels very easy. Like, you know what, let me get a chicken sandwich.
Right.
Right. But I really challenge that notion because it's just about awareness.
Right.
Am I aware? Or do I want to be convenient?
Yeah.
To myself. So I'm slowly giving myself a little grace and slowly but surely transitioning to 100% vegan. I still eat honey, but I do take aspects of veganism and apply it. Like, for example, I don't wear anything that's polyester anymore. Personally, I changed all my fabrics, even down to my shoes.
Yeah.
It has a little polyester in there, like the soles.
Right.
But I changed so many aspects of myself when I went down this. And I remember 2021, about 2020, and I had a little extra meat on my bones, you know? And I remember my mom, she pinched my cheek. I used to play basketball, so I was skinny.
Yeah.
I was real skinny. And she was like, you got a little meat on your bones. And I'm like, and I just got my first job. Well, I had my job, but I was eating, you know, out of college, I had a little money.
Right.
So I was tasting a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So, but I really was like, wow, I need to recalibrate. Again, everything was convenient when you had money.
Right.
It's very convenient. You can go out and eat every day.
Right.
So I challenged that notion. I was like, I want to get back to that essence of me. And so I kind of like you, I stripped everything. I went cold turkey. I did the keto diet, a vegan keto diet.
Oh, wow.
So I lost the pounds, but then I was like, okay, I'm not healthy.
Right.
I wasn't eating the things that Whole Foods, like you mentioned. So for me personally, I'm back on the journey of finding whole foods, started juicing things, teas. My wife got me into teas, holistic teas. So now I'm taking a more holistic approach.
Yes.
So I took away the title of vegan and replaced it with plant-based until I'm 100% vegan.
Yeah.
So that's how I define it.
Right.
And I have more energy, more focus than I ever had before.
Yes.
So talking about that, how do your establishment, just tell me about the concept of House of Vegano. What is, when people walk in here, because I was telling a bunch of people and they're like, oh, I never heard of that before.
Yeah.
How do you describe House of Vegano, not just from what you sell in terms of products, but what it is, the community that what are you trying to create here in terms of community?
I think that is what I'm trying to create. I'm trying to create community. When you come in, I want you to feel welcome. I want you to feel like you're having a home cooked meal that was made, especially for you. And the concept it started as a cookbook, because I wanted to be able to share the recipes that I was making with everyone. And I remember I was watching Pose at the time because it was lockdown, so Netflix was on just on
Oh yeah,
all the
Netflix,
time.
yes.
And when I was watching Pose, I remember I thought of all these different names for House Vegano, and I was like, Vini Vidi Vici vegan or something. I was like throwing things, just like spitballing. And I was watching Pose, and I remember that there were people that had houses, and then so when you came out as queer, then you can get disowned by your family, or no, like you get thrown out, kicked out, whatever. And the people would form their own houses, and they would come and take care of each other. And there was a house mother, and then there were you became like siblings, and they would call it, there was a house of wax, house of Mizrahi, house of. So then I was like listening, and I was like, House of Vegano. I was like,
Ooh.
hell, I'm like, and it hit me like a lightning bolt, and I just typed it immediately. And I was at the computer, I typed it, and I was like, this is the name of my place, because that's what I'm doing. It's like, again, sometimes a lot of vegans get made fun of for being vegan, right? And you feel ostracized. You feel like, oh, well, can you eat salad? Can you even have an ice cube? And you have all these jokes being thrown at you. So you kind of feel on the outs. And when you come here, I want people to feel like at home. I want you to feel like you're safe here. We're going to take care of you. And we do a lot of modifications. We have, like, I'm trying to make the cuisine as accessible as possible. So it's like gluten free. There's a lot of things that are soy free, so like that people that have these different allergens or aversions or whatever, what may have you, it's like they can come here and feel safe and feel good, that there's no cross contamination with meat, that there's like, here you're good. At House of Vegano, you're good. And that's kind of how the concept came about.
I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. That is awesome. Thank you for sharing that. I remember when I tasted your vegan sushi, me and Sabrina, and we were making some content, and you took care of us. You fed us, and I was like, let me see. I was going, I support.
Yeah.
And then you had us try different things. And my mind was blown. And I say that because honestly, in another lifetime, I'm a food critic.
Yeah,
Another
same,
lifetime.
same.
So I'm like, just like you said, smell. I'm looking before. I'm like, oh my God, everything, the presentation, and just your passion.
Yeah.
Seeing you make it, seeing your team. I'm really excited for people to come and experience what you have to offer. I really, really am. And I know that you're going to have, I feel like you're, what's that term? Michelin?
Oh, that would be
Michelin.
That's what we're chasing. We're chasing that Michelin.
Yes,
For sure.
yes. In my mind, you're there.
I appreciate it.
And that's why I really wanted to collaborate with you in terms of film trips. And for the folks who are seeing this, film trips is all about creating content experiences hosted by local creators.
Yeah.
And what that means for me as a founder is that I don't have to chase the algorithm online.
Mhm.
I want to create connection first, content second.
Yes.
To me, connection, human connection,
Mhm.
is so important. And nowadays, I feel like that a lot of that is missing online.
For
We
sure.
still have it, but you have the good stuff and you have a whole lot of not so good stuff.
Right.
And so what film trips, the whole concept of what we're doing is looking to bring people together, experience, support local. That's why I'm doing it here instead of renting an empty venue. I want people to come, network, connect, be human, take down the barriers, let the guards go, and where we can connect. So when people come here, what do you want them to experience in terms of your community?
When people come to House of Vegano, I want them to experience food on another level. I want them to see what plants can do. And I want them to really be shocked by the taste and the textures and the way that we put things together here. Because like you said, like it's really no joke. Like we really are chasing that Michelin star. We're gonna get it. Even if it's like, I'll take a green Michelin star. But we really try to raise the bar on what it means to have amazing food that just happens to be vegan. And while veganism is very close to my heart, I think the biggest thing for me as well is that people are having amazing food, essentially. And yeah, I'm feeling at home and definitely feeling the community and connection here. And it's like we have a community table for a reason. Like we have a table that seats like 6 people. And sometimes people from different like groups will come in. You might have like 3 different people sitting there, and they start talking and learning about each other, and then learning that, hey, I know this person too. Do you know this person? So really just getting to know each other and realizing that there's very little that separates us. Yeah, in the community. Yeah.
And if done right, and you are doing it right, food can unite us. Food can break down barriers.
Yes.
Of less, and I'm saying this as the founder, being a Black man, food has the power to break down barriers between races, between genders, between political views.
Absolutely.
Food is so quintessential to who we are.
Exactly.
And I'm so excited for people to come here, experience what you have to offer, because it is a safe place.
Yes.
Right? There's a lot of places we can go and eat, but there's not a lot of places, or there's not as many places where you can walk in and have that sense of safety.
Exactly.
And I think that's what people are looking for.
Yeah.
So my whole goal with film trips and this creator meetup series is being able to honor that safe space.
Exactly.
And do it amongst food.
Exactly.
Right? So I appreciate you taking the time
Thank you so much.
to do this interview, to let people know who you are, a little bit about your story. I know there's so much more. We haven't even gone down that rabbit hole.
Yes.
But I'm just thankful that you gave us a little insight to who you are, what you're doing here at House of Vegano. And audience, please come out, support, come vibe, come meet Thalia, and let's show everyone what vegan food can do here at House of Vegano. Oh, and before we leave, everybody, I got her a gift. You are officially a part of the crew. House of Vegano, Thalia, film trips, baby. So thank you so much. I'm excited.
My pleasure. Thank you for this.
I'm excited for this collaboration.
Me too.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.